Hey everybody, thanks for joining me this morning. So I thought I would try something a little bit different here to share a little bit about what I've been going through without having to come talk to everybody individually. So as you know, I've been on a bit of a health journey over the last couple of years. Just really, I got diagnosed with an underactive thyroid, wanted to know what I could do to maximize my health and to minimize my need for medications and those kind of things, and just really hit the baseline. And underactive thyroid is an indication that upstream some things are not working well. So I've been working really hard on my health, my diet, my exercise, my sleep, my stress management kinds of things, just to really try to help my body do what it's supposed to do most effectively without the need for kind of treating symptoms at the surface. So that's been my health journey. Been really grateful for all the blessings that it's brought, for all I've learned, how that's helped me professionally as well as personally. And that really has just been a remarkable process for me. And I feel like God sometimes has put those challenges in my life just to kind of kick me in the rear and say, hey, you're kind of off target. You're not living like you should. There's some things I need you to work on or to move towards. And so he puts me in those positions to help with that. And so I believe that experience has done all of that for me, both personally and professionally. So, but this summer I got some additional news, and I think God kind of kicked me again and said, I'm not quite done with you yet. And so he gave me an additional challenge. So back towards the beginning of the year, I was having some health issues, some women health issues. I won't go into details, but so I went to see my PA who does my medication management for my thyroid and talked to her a little bit about it. She had some concerns. She wanted to refer me to an OBGYN. So I got the referral and was procrastinating on that, of course, for a couple of weeks, but went ahead and got an appointment scheduled, but then COVID-19 hit. And when COVID-19 hit, of course, no one was taking appointments. Offices got shut down. Nothing that was catastrophic was being treated. So we proceeded to wait 3 or 4 months until everything opened back up. And once that happened, I actually got in to see the OBGYN. And she had the same concerns and really felt like surgery was going to be an option for me. And that was an important option. So she wanted me to go see an OBGYN surgeon because she didn't do the surgery part. So I was like, great, that's fine. But she said, the person I'm going to refer you to is an OBGYN oncologist. So when I heard that word, I'm like, oh, that raises it to a whole nother level of interest and concern. And she did indicate that they'd done some testing. The cells that they had tested all looked precancerous. They weren't normal, but they weren't cancerous either yet. So that was good. And so, but she did want to send me to the oncologist just in case, just because some of those cells were looking a little funky. So that point, a week later, and we're now like, latter part of June, maybe June 20th, something like that. And so a week later, I'm in seeing the OBGYN oncologist. She kind of concurred with the opinion, said surgery was probably going to be the route. She wanted to get it done as quickly as possible. So a week later, July 2nd now, I'm in surgery, getting that issue resolved. A couple weeks later, sitting in post-op in my oncologist office and, just looking at how I'm healing and how I'm doing. It was a pretty rough recovery. And so she was really kind of talking me through that, but they had also done some additional testing during the procedure, and she was able to inform me at that point that when she went in, she had found a small cancerous group of cells that, they had removed those cells as well as, their surrounding area just to make sure they got all those cells. But officially, I was now a cancer patient. And luckily I was stage 1. So all at the same time, you're like, oh my God, I'm a cancer patient. And then thank God I'm only stage 1, right? So it was kind of good news and bad news all at the same time. So that's been another great journey. The blessing is I feel like God has prepared me for all that. A lot of the things that you look at in terms of maybe supplemental things you can do to standard of care to support your body are things I've been studying about for the last couple of years. So I feel like God gave me a little bit of a head start on all of this and really helped me to begin to get some of the lifestyle stuff dialed in. that can be used to really help my body um, come alongside the cancer and really support my body to figure out how to deal with the issue more effectively and to create an environment that's not so hospitable to cancer cells. And so I'm real thankful for that. It's been a blessing because it's real overwhelming. I will say that one of the things that's a little frustrating about this situation is, for instance, when I went to my standard of care doctor and I said, okay, what can I do to help support my body? So what's, everything I can be doing to help address this issue. She really kind of looked at me with a sad face and kind of said, there's nothing, can I be doing diet? Can I be doing, what should I be doing? No, there's really nothing else you can be doing. Just go home, do what you're doing. We'll watch it. If we see anything else, we might need to do some additional surgery. If we still have some issues, there might be some radiation that we have to look at. And she didn't mention this, but eventually that leads to things like chemotherapy and those kind of things. So she really didn't have a lot of other suggestions. And knowing what I know from the research, I know there's a lot of stuff out there that you can be doing to help treat the issue. And so that's going to be a lot of where my focus is. Right now I'm stage 1, I'm early, we're just watching things. We're not too concerned, and we're hoping we got everything and that there won't be other issues, but we know cancer is a sneaky thing, and sometimes those stem cells can travel to other parts of the body and that can become an issue. So my focus over the next few months is really going to be figuring out how to really tighten up all my lifestyle variables. There were some areas I was still cheating and probably not entirely tight, and to also adjust those lifestyle variables to now not just being a health and wellness kind of initiative, but really looking at it from a cancer perspective in terms of what do I need to be doing to support my body, to help it deal, with the cancer issues. And like I said, try to make an inhospitable environment for those little cancer cells. So I wanted to let you all know that that was part of the journey that I'm on, and it's been an interesting journey. There's lots of interesting treatments out there that I'm really looking at. I'm probably going to try some alternative things that may or may not understand, or those kind of things. But for my family and friends, I wanted you to know about the journey, know about some of the things, where I'm at in my head, how I'm kind of thinking about it. And just to kind of bring you along in what was going on. So a lot of people ask, what can I do? How can I support you? And I would just say, be alongside me in the journey, reach out. One of the biggest things is just enjoying every day and being grateful for every day and laughing every day. And that's where my family and friends are such a huge part of balancing me and keeping me from being so, engrossed in my work and focused, or from worrying and stressing about my work and all the situations that we face there. So just be alongside, help me smile, help me laugh, help me keep the balance, which is the biggest things that I kind of struggle with, and just be open-minded and supportive about maybe some of the things that I might try in this journey to find my path in terms of how I want to deal with this. So that is really what I wanted to bring you all up to speed on. So just know I love you, and I appreciate all of our interactions where we get to support and love on one another, and I certainly appreciate each and every one of you. So we will keep you all up to speed, but for now, just know that I love you and that I hope to be seeing you all soon.